back to my channel. Today I have a monthly July message for all of the Virgos out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it will not resonate with every single Virgo out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I'm a spiritual advisor, intuitive coach, and I provide you with guidance, wisdom, and inspiration every week right here on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into your message, Virgo. All right, Virgo, you know the drill. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. This is going to be a 9-card draw, and we will clarify any cards that we need to with a separate deck. So let's see. Angels, archangels, guides, ascendant masters, what information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? Wow, those just popped out quickly. Thank you. Okay, all right, let's start turning them over. How about that? Okay. What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? Thank you. Two more. What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? Thank you. What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month? Last card. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, Virgo. Now, you know I get excited about this every time I do it because I am a Virgo. And I just love seeing where all my other Virgos are at. Okay. All right, Virgo, here we go. So where you currently are right now is the 7 of Pentacles. So I really feel that not only are you all working really hard here, Virgo, but I feel that as you are working, you are contemplating whether it's worth your time and your effort. I really feel that you're sort of taking inventory and you're examining and sort of looking at everything that you've toiled on. So I feel that if this has, I really feel this has a lot to do with any kind of projects that you have going on, or whether you're building something or creating something. I really feel that you're just you're examining. You're sort of taking inventory. These pentacles here represent all of your accomplishments, right? And I really feel, notice how he's just sitting here and he's staring at each one of these pentacles. So I feel what this is saying here, Virgo, is that you're sort of examining everything that you've worked hard on, everything that you have accomplished so far. And you're starting to really ask yourself, was this something I really enjoyed? Was this something I was really passionate about? Did I really enjoy this? What did I get out of this? I feel like you're sort of taking stock, I guess you could say, of all of your investments, everything that you've put forth so much effort into. You're really starting to ask yourself those hard questions, was this worth my time and effort? Did I get what I wanted out of this? Was this an equal give and take? Did I put forth a lot of effort and did I only get a little bit of return? That kind of thing. I feel that this isn't only just with things in the physical, like in a job, but I also feel that this has to do with relationships too. I really feel like you're sort of taking inventory of all of the relationships you've had in your life, and you're really starting to ask yourself, is it worth my investment? Is it worth my time? Is it worth the effort? Sort of a thing. Now, what is your theme this month, Virgo? Your theme this month with the 2 of Wands here is you're planning, you're organizing for your future. You're looking at that brighter horizon and you're really starting to sort of create this new dream of yours that you're wanting. I love how this man here is holding the world in his hands. And this is just a reminder to you here, Virgo, that The world is literally in your hands. You can have anything that your heart desires. And I feel that as you are staring out at the horizon and looking toward your future, and taking inventory of how much you have accomplished, you're now wanting to build to greater heights. You're wanting to sort of reach for the stars and build higher and higher and higher beyond your wildest dreams. Now, what is your accomplishment this month? The accomplishment that you have this month with the Tower is change. And what I'm going to tell you here, Virgo, is that it's going to be change whether you want it or not, okay? I want you to understand that, you know, when we're facing a tower and you have this lightning that strikes the top of it, it's divine intervention, right? I really feel that if you are planning and you're organizing a certain specific direction that you're wanting to go with this Two of Wands, understand that Spirit might intervene and move you in a different direction. It might shift you in a very different space than you had originally thought. And I want you to understand that it's because divine intervention is always for your highest good. It's not that because you failed to do something or you did something wrong or because you just weren't good enough. It has nothing to do with that. It's that the divine always has that higher view, that higher perspective. It understands things better than you do because it can see all, right? Now, with this change, I also want you to know that you have two individuals falling from this tower. One is falling out on its own, and the other one is basically was thrown out of the tower, right, when the lightning struck the building. And what I want you to understand is that you can ultimately make that change. Like you can ultimately decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and move in this direction, or divine intervention will supersede you and sort of create that change for you. Okay, so that is what you are accomplishing this month. No matter what, this month you will face some form of change that is going to transpire this month, Virgo. Now, what do you need to avoid this month? We have the moon, okay? And what I feel you're really needing to avoid here is you're needing to avoid succumbing to the fears and allowing yourself to be submerged by the unknown. I know that being a Virgo myself, when it comes to the moon is really about traveling down the path into the unknown, something that is very unfamiliar. It's unknown territory, and it feels very frightening. It feels very daunting, and it's something that we ultimately want to avoid at all cost. But this is something you definitely need to avoid. You need to embrace this. You know, the moon is really about exploring the depths of the dark, okay? And I really feel that this is what you ultimately need to embark upon. You need to not hide from this. Whatever comes up this month, especially when it comes from this change that is going to transpire this month, you need to really allow yourself to explore and really dive deep into that path and try to move beyond, because whatever I'm telling you, whatever, as you embark on this journey towards the darkness and the unknown, beyond this moon is the sun, okay? When you are traveling on this path, okay? When you're traveling on this path in between these two pillars, okay, which represents your intuition, okay? As you are traveling on this path, as you continue on the journey, once you get past the moon, you reach the star. And the star is about healing, okay? And then after you pass the star, you get to the sun, which is about ultimate happiness. So this is what Spirit is really wanting you to sort of hear here, Virgo. What it's really wanting you to avoid is it's wanting you to avoid exploring the depths of yourself and really going on that journey towards the unknown. Now, what do you need to embrace this month? We have the Page of Wands here, and the Page of Wands really brings forth good news. It brings forth inspiration and insight. And here's what I want to point out, because this is what Spirit is really showing me here, Virgo. You know, as you sit here in this moment and you start contemplating all of the relationships and all of the experiences that you've had and all of the accomplishments that you've been very successful at, and you start contemplating your efforts and the energy that you've put towards it, you start to then plan, right? You start to plan on where you're wanting to go and reaching newer heights and being able to build a better future for yourself. And then change happens, right? Something falls on your path that sort of wrecks that plan. And what Spirit wants you to know is that whenever change happens, it is ultimately up to you to seek the light in that change, right? That's the whole point of the moon here, right? Which is what you need to avoid, right? What you need to avoid is staying in the darkness. What you need to avoid is looking at that change and being very, very bitter about it, okay? What you're embracing here is that as you go along that journey and you start to sort of find the light in the midst of chaos and darkness and change, you stumble upon a brighter horizon, right? This page of Wands is really about bringing you good news, good fortune. There is something for you in that journey as you go beyond the moon and you reach the star and the sun. And this is what I mean by divine intervention when we have a tower. You ultimately might have this desire, Virgo. You might have a desire and you might see things in one certain way, right? And in your mind, in your physical mind, you can only see it happening one way, okay? And what I love about divine intervention here is this is where it broadens your horizons and it sort of gives you a broader perspective, right? Because Spirit can see infinite possibilities. Divine intervention is going to sort of remind you and put itself in your space and in your path to sort of remind you, look, there is something better for you, better than what you yourself have even imagined for yourself. I have something waiting for you, an offering, something that I'm going to propose to you that's going to lead you towards your future, that is something greater than you could have ever imagined, okay? And that in and of itself is leading you towards a place of power, a place of authority, and a place of leadership, okay? Because this page of Wands is what you need to embrace. You need to embrace this new possibility of something better, of Spirit having a better plan and a better vision for you than you have for yourself. Now, what is the obstacle that you face? The obstacle you face here is the Emperor. Now, remember when I said this page of Wands is leading you towards the Emperor, okay? Which is about a place of leadership and a place of authority. But this card represents the obstacle that you face. When you have an emperor represents the growth and the expansion that one has when they're in a leadership role, or when they're in a much broader role, when they're looked upon by others, okay? And I feel that the obstacle you might face here is that you might sort of come to this place of because I sometimes can view the Emperor as a very, I don't want to say a closed-minded, but I feel that sometimes you can get very caught up in your own authority and you sort of feel that you are the only authority, okay? So I feel that's the obstacle you're going to face. I also feel that the obstacle here is going to be growth and expansion. I feel that because in your limited perception and in your limited mind here, Virgo, you can only see things through a filtered lens. It's going to be very hard for you to see the grander scheme of what Spirit has in store for you. I really feel that that's going to be another big obstacle that you're going to face. You're going to face this, you're going to come to this place where you're going to have to see yourself as the emperor. And that might be a little bit of a stretch for you, Virgo. I'm not going to lie. I can ultimately say that about myself. I have an idea of where I particularly want to go, Virgo. But I can tell you that in the many conversations that I've had throughout my life with many mentors and many individuals that I confide in, they all see a very different path for me that I couldn't even see for myself. And having to put myself in that position is a little bit of a stretch for me. So that is what I feel the obstacle is that you will face this month. Now, what is the action you have this month? We have the 8 of Cups here. The action here is about walking away, recognizing that no matter what it is that you are currently working on, okay? No matter what it is that you're working on, no matter what it is that you feel you might be attached to, you really need to evaluate it. You really need to contemplate it. You really need to view it from a much higher perspective and really sort of take into account how much it is truly fulfilling you. Because if it's not making you happy and it's not bringing you joy and it isn't for your highest good, then my friend, you need to walk away from it. You need to leave it behind and move and move on this new journey, this new quest towards something better. Now, what is the action you have this month? The action is justice. And I absolutely love this, Virgo, because what this means is that you are aligning to your truth. You are balancing out the scales in your life. You are really, truly looking at things from my highest good, not my highest good. You're really utilizing the law of cause and effect. You recognize that whatever choice or whatever decision you make, there is a reason and a cause for it. And I really feel that you're understanding the way that things balance out in the scales of the universe. And your action is really going to be recognizing that you can either walk that sort of truth, you can either walk with that sort of truth, or you can just sort of leave it behind. And I really feel, Virgo, here that you're going to walk with that sort of truth and claim what is rightfully yours. Okay. Now, what is the advice and the encouragement you have from Spirit here? Again, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning with better clarity and better understanding and truth. Above all, ultimate, definite truth. I really feel that no matter what you face this month, okay, no matter what change gets thrown in your path here this month, Virgo, you need to look at it from one perspective, and it's looking at it from this side of truth, right? Really recognizing that no matter what change sort of falls in your lap, no matter what sort of change crushes your plans, really look at it from the perspective of, what is it teaching me? What is it that I'm not becoming aware of? What is it that I refuse to see? Because I think if you can look at it from that perspective, you will know and you will understand that the truth will always reveal itself. And it's just a matter of viewing it exactly as it is. You know, the Ace of Swords is really about a new beginning. And I really feel, Virgo, especially from my own perspective, we have been wanting a new beginning for a very long time. And I really feel that now, as we are approaching towards our birth month, we are sort of cleaning out the clutter from our past and allowing ourselves to sort of realign, to reconnect back to that higher aspect of ourselves and sort of move us towards that new beginning that we have been desiring and we have been wanting for a very long time. So I want to draw an additional oracle card just to get additional information. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels, archangels, guides, ascended masters, what additional information and insight can you offer Virgo this month? What additional information and insight can you offer Virgo this month? What additional information can you offer Virgo this month? Beautiful. Okay. All right, Virgo, we have let go. Again, we have another sword. So this is really about seeking the truth, right? Allowing ourselves to truly see the truth for what it is, align with that truth, and never waver, right? Because anytime I see a sword, I always ask myself, does this align with my highest truth? And if it doesn't, then it's something you need to cut out or let go. All right. So here is let go, Virgo. Take back your power and thrive. Let all just be and take back your light. Stop trying so hard and breathe. Letting go does not mean jumping blindly into faith, but to release the resistance you hold about a subject so your dreams and desires can be realized. We have all hung on to a person, place, job, or idea because we think it will give us what we seek. But hanging on is the result of unbalanced thinking. This imbalance has you needing compensation. You created a deficit by compromising yourself, thinking that was the way toward your dreams. It was your choice to do that. Now it is your choice to let go and create from love instead of fear. You deserve to have what you want without compromising your truth. You cannot change what has occurred. However, you can change what you do from this moment on. No one has been placed upon this earth to make you happy, just as it is not your responsibility to make anyone else happy. Free yourself and everyone else of the idea that we must please others to be loved. You are love, and you are loved, no matter what has happened in your or another life. Virgo, this is a beautiful message, and I think it actually points very clearly and precisely to everything that we touched on for your spread this month. Remember, your support this month is about you really recognizing what is fulfilling you, what is satisfying you. If you have things in your life, if you have people in your life that are no longer fulfilling you, they're no longer pleasing to you, they're no longer serving you, you got to walk away from it. Recognize that your action this month is about really aligning with your higher truth. Recognizing that you have to learn how to respond to every situation and every circumstance. And your advice is about aligning with your soul truth, with the Ace of Swords for a new beginning. So, Virgo, this is your message this month. I hope you were able to gain some insight and some wisdom and lots of golden nuggets. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Namaste, guys.